Hey guys, how's it going? I am here actually in my bedroom. This is I guess you could call it presidential suite. This is my view every night. The beautiful backdrop of South Africa. Just a very picturesque hill set back there. So I wanted to do do something a little bit more personal than than obviously the normal AMAs, and that's why we started doing the video AMAs. So because of the delay and everything going on as far as the this AMA, this is the second one obviously, most of the questions that people asked were actually already answered, the majority of them. So what I want to do is actually go back and maybe lay out some of the frequently asked questions to just answer that in a video format. I think the benefit of that is just having that personal touch and having somebody explain over it in person. I think it definitely adds a little bit of, it definitely helps a little bit to understand different aspects of the project. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Okay, so the first frequently asked question is, why don't we go after big exchanges? We get that one a lot. So basically we do, number one. We definitely have, but it's really been the core, I guess, motivation to putting together the roadmap that we have right now. And what I mean by that is we've actually designed a product for exchanges because we've seen the need. We have an exchange, obviously, Knox Pro. But one of the things we've realized is that, with Knox Pro is that it's very difficult to offer fiat services because there are no banks that want to deal anything, to have anything to do with cryptocurrency, selling cryptocurrency, buying cryptocurrency. Even if you're a blockchain company, a lot of times they'll just flat out freeze your funds, and it's just an absolute nightmare. So we said, you know what? We can offer something to exchanges. It could be something, that isn't out there right now. And that is a bank account directly, basically put together for the acceptance, depositing and withdrawing fiat funds for an exchange. So what we're doing is we're actually, just as part of this initiative, we're going to exchanges and we're saying, hey, we will offer you guys a phenomenal way to process your fiat transactions. We're setting up our own credit card processing system as well. Basically like Simplex, but a lot easier to use, a lot faster. I don't know if you've ever used Simplex, but it's incredibly labor intensive. And a lot of times, people aren't approved, and it's a very laborious thing to use. But anyway, so we're going to be offering this invaluable service to exchanges, in exchange for that service. We obviously just asked that they list Apollo and GSX, as part of that deal. And so far, we haven't launched Knox Bank yet, but we have gone to several exchanges already, and it's been met with overwhelming excitement. Anytime an exchange hears from a potential bank, and they say, we want to offer you an account, we want to offer you an account that isn't going to hassle you and freeze your funds every transaction, or delay withdrawals. It makes you excited. It's definitely something that we have always wanted. So that's kind of the core reasoning behind opening Knox Bank. So anyway, that's what's coming up this quarter, where we're hoping to launch Knox Bank this quarter, and then push that initiative hard and offer that service to as many exchanges as possible. Definitely the probably top 50 at the very least will be offered this this account service, so, and credit card processing. Okay, second question. What are you doing to raise Apollo's price? That's that's something we also get asked a lot. So basically, as our top priority has always been, well, I'll just say this first. A lot of projects, they'll throw small goals on the roadmap to get that anticipation and to continue and build, just things that can be shown as progress, and that they really don't have long-term functionality, or necessarily they may not be competitive in the market, but it's something to show investors. What we're doing and what we've always been doing is looking at the long term. What is going to be those use cases that are going to blow the market open and provide that use that is going to create enormous value for Apollo. So early on, we looked at the different, the potential use cases, one of those being dApps infrastructure. We saw one of the biggest needs in dApps is storage. So, you can go and you can create a decentralized application, but to have that data stored in a decentralized way is impossible at this point to connect that. So you can have a decentralized application, but the data that you're, or basically data that is being stored, that would be stored on a server, like your pictures, your all of those graphical assets, basically wouldn't be decentralized. Only the core, basically the engine behind it, the functioning behind it would be decentralized, but the assets aren't. So what we're doing is we're creating a truly decentralized dApp infrastructure that allows people to not only, power their application, their website, on the blockchain in a decentralized way, but also store their information in the same way. So it's going to be very exciting. So that's one thing that we said we're going to do early on, that we need to provide a way for that, because obviously dApps are the future. dApps are something that is we're going into a time where dApps are going to be king. So that was number one. And then we looked and we said, what is going to fuel true mass adoption? And we looked at the problems out there with cryptocurrency, and we looked at the barriers for basically that mass adoption that we all want for blockchain. And the two things that really came out on top in terms of barriers were usability and accessibility. If the majority of the world can't use it, you're never going to have mass adoption. If the majority of the world can't access it, which I'm sure that the majority of you have bought cryptocurrency, and it's always a pain. Even in the US, it is an enormous pain to buy crypto because of the regulations, because of the, all the hassles and the barriers it takes to get money on, basically get that fiat onto that exchange, get that exchange through basically to cryptocurrency. It's just a pain. So you can imagine what a lot of people in the world, the majority of the world is unbanked. A significant portion of them are unbanked. So you can imagine without a bank account, you're not going to access cryptocurrency. Even with the bank account, it's hard enough. So what we're doing is, we've looked at those two big barriers, and we've said we've got to create a solution that could be launched worldwide to fix those issues. The way we've done that is the national payment platform and Apollo Cash. So I'll go through each one of those separately. So they're basically the same system, the same engine, but they're just different uses. So what the national payment platform is a way for a central bank to issue a digital currency to connect with banks and issue that digital currency to those banks. And banks and government-oriented agents are able to onboard users and basically use that system to not only issue a digital national currency, but use it to utilize that, and to make payments for individuals to use it like they would a mobile money provider. And the thing that really makes it special, and the reason why it gets rid of those barriers and it can actually lead to real mass adoption, is because a large portion of the world doesn't have a smartphone. Okay, you don't have a smartphone, you're not going to be paying in cryptocurrency. You're not going to be using cryptocurrency. So what do they have? Okay, they have a traditional cell phone, with the keys, the Nokia style, phone. Okay, so the only way that a system is ever going to work on a national level in many countries is if you can send cryptocurrency transactions through SMS, through text messages. So what we've done is actually create one of the first systems that allows you to basically issue a stablecoin, and for that stablecoin to be sent and received through SMS in a given country. So we basically destroyed that barrier. We basically destroyed the usability barrier, and opened that up to mass adoption on that portion. Furthermore, we've actually explored and been developing offline options. So the majority of the world, a lot of the world, does not have basically reliable internet. So what we said we were going to do is basically figure out a solution to allow those people to continue. I've been to Zimbabwe. Half the time you don't have internet. Even in Harare, the towers are always going down. It's a mess. So we created a solution that would actually allow them to send a transaction offline. So we have an offline, an ability for that transaction to go through offline. We have an ability for them to use blockchain and use cryptocurrency even in the most rural situations. Okay, so accessibility. What we've done is we've created, for Apollo Cash, we've created a system that allows the onboarding of agents. A lot of the way mobile money works. So, in most of the world, like in Africa, for instance, the average person is going to have absolutely no way to get into cryptocurrency. Most individuals don't even have a bank account. So, how are they going to get access to, blockchain or, to use cryptocurrency? And even if they could, obviously they couldn't utilize it. So what we've done is we basically created a system that allows us to issue agents the ability to onboard people locally. So those certified agents can onboard individuals and get them topped up. And we have a wide variety of things that we're going to be utilizing for those top-ups, like top-up cards that can be even, sold at a gas station. Those can be distributed in mass, but allowing people to get that, get that stable coin and, to use that on a local level. Even the most rural areas could have an agent that transfers and onboards customers. So, by destroying those two barriers, we actually have the ability to create true mass adoption. I don't know how many people are out there saying, we're trying to bank the unbanked. Well, how are you going to bank the unbanked if they can't access it or they can't use it? You know what I mean? So, that it's a big deal, and that's one of the things that and I know it's been painful and it's been a slow haul. But one of the reasons why we've spent millions of dollars in development and we've taken the time to develop what we have and to put together this plan is because we know that it can lead to true mass adoption. And we believe that was worth fighting for and worth moving towards, as long, regardless of how long it took. Okay, so next question. So why haven't we heard more news on Africa and government solutions? So basically, we've been working with a number of countries on sandbox testing. Okay, so one of the biggest things that has been, I guess, the holdback on news, obviously we've shown a lot of our initiatives online or on our roadmap. One of the biggest holdbacks that we've had has been the finalization of the national payment platform. That's been a huge thing. So having that finalized, which is launching this quarter, the beta is launching this quarter. So having that finalized is going to allow all of the sandboxes that we've signed up for, all of the interests that we have, that we've been working towards, all the trips that we've taken to showcase what we're building, all of the things that we've been doing will move forward as soon as that beta is done. So even before the beta is done, sandboxes will start during the beta as well, because it's essentially a beta phase for that country. So right now what we're doing is we have a dedicated team that is doing nothing but signing up for sandboxes and getting set up for testing in nations that are interested in issuing a digital national currency. There's a number of them. The community has obviously shared a number of the links from articles, but we've been keeping up with those, and we're signing up regularly. So a lot of the countries that we've been working with, that we've signed MOUs with, we'll start moving forward as soon as we launch that beta. So that's going to be very, very exciting. It's been a slow haul. I know it's painful, guys, but we are almost there, and I'm really excited for you to see the video that we're going to be releasing that shows the demo of the national currency platform and national payment platform. And by the way, I'm going to explain the difference between the national currency platform and the national payment platform. So essentially what it is the national currency platform is part of the national payment platform. What I mean by that is the national currency platform is the actual module that the central bank uses to issue and control a digital asset. So that stablecoin that they issue and control, it's on the blockchain. That's basically a portion of the national currency platform or national currency system. The national payment platform is actually the mobile system that is used by citizens on the ground. So basically when banks or government ordained agents onboard citizens or people on the ground or residents, they'll basically be using that mobile infrastructure that has the S, and what you guys will see, we have a demo of all the inner workings, or most of them at least, but that allows people to send SMS transactions and messages to each other, and there's a lot of services, but it allows merchants to onboard and use the point of sale system on the national payment platform, and a number of things. So it's and from what we've seen and from our research, we are the first company that is launching not only a national currency system for blockchain developed, already completely done for blockchain, but we're the first that is launching a national payment platform for the country to use that on. So it's incredibly exciting. Moving forward, I guess I'll move to Apollo Cash real quick. So Apollo Cash is the commercial version. It's our version of the national payment platform. What I mean by that is that's the platform that we're going to be launching globally at roughly the same time as we're launching national payment platforms and national currency systems in countries. We're going to be launching our own payment system, and what that is a global system that allows for agents to sign up and to onboard clients in countries. So it's kind of like, in a way, it's like combining a mobile money provider like EcoCash, if you're familiar with it, with PayPal and with MoneyGram. So it's going to allow people to send transactions from South Africa to Zimbabwe to, or allow people to, send money to their family from the UK to South Africa, or, any circumstance like that. But basically it's combining those three types of financial companies into one. And in a way, it's like combining a bank account, because they're going to be able to make, SWIFT transactions from that account. So it's a very, very comprehensive system that allows the user to do a lot. And the reason, like I said, that it's so effective is because of the usability and the accessibility that we're offering. So we're basically breaking those barriers, and we'll have to go through different requirements as far as legal requirements in different countries, but we're very excited to do that. It's going to be the first basically blockchain based mobile money system. So it's going to be cool. Moving forward, so let's see here. So let's do this is a good one. Okay, so are you worried about the current price? So this is probably one of the top questions that we've gotten. Basically, no. I mean, not in the slightest. If I was worried about the price every day, I would be a nervous wreck. But no, I mean, right now we've gone through 2 years of extensive development, research and development. We've spent millions of dollars to develop solutions, to develop mass adoption solutions. We've taken a position of long-term projects. And it's always a painful thing to focus on the long term, because it's not being launched in a month or 2 months or 3 months or 4 months. So it's definitely been a little bit painful in that way, but I would not take it back in a million years, because what we're launching even this quarter is absolutely historic. With the like I said, with the first blockchain powered mobile money system that allows SMS transactions and accessibility everywhere, like even in the most remote place. It cannot be overstated how historic this is, and I wouldn't take it back. But I guess the one thing that I could end with on this is the fact that we've been pushing and hyper focusing on getting these mass adoption projects done. And the exciting thing, if I would have made this video a year ago, you might, I might not be smiling, but having gone through all of that and now being at the very end, the very, very end, like we're launching this quarter, I could not be more excited about Apollo as a whole and what we're doing. I mean, it's it's so much fun. I'm gonna really enjoy seeing the haters' faces, as we launch some of these next things. Stratus is one. I didn't really go into actually a number of them, as far as in the mass adoption area, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So we have the roadmap coming up. We have the new website coming up. Both are going to be, I think, are going to make a big impact on Apollo and the excitement behind it, because you're going to be able to see, okay, this is what we have coming up this quarter, this quarter, and this quarter. I know, of course, it's not fun to delay anything. I know I've already explained basically the delay in some of the main architecture items of Apollo. We've had to delay some to jump onto the eGov system, which I haven't even got into that. That'll be the next AMA. The eGov system, and the National Payment Platform, we really had to hurry and pull devs off of the main infrastructure. Probably 10 of the devs that we had to pull them off of Apollo main blockchain and put them on the National Payment Platform, because we basically have a limited opportunity, because we are basically the first to market. We're the first national currency system and national payment platform system that is built on blockchain to market. And that is huge. So we have kind of jumped and put everything into just getting this thing out, and getting it to market and getting those sandboxes in there so we can be first. And, we can, hopefully we're miles ahead of everybody else. I know that, in fact, I haven't even heard really any blockchain company talking about it, but, no, it's going to be just amazingly historic, and it's going to be a lot of fun seeing those unfold. So, short answer after the long answer is, I'm not worried at all. I could not be less worried at this point. Maybe a year ago, I would, like I said, I may not be smiling and laughing, but anyway, so, I know it's definitely not as long as I would have hoped to have spent in the AMA, but, and maybe not as long as last AMA. With everything going on, we definitely had a little bit of a delay getting this video finished with, the UAS election and with a number of things that have come up. It's just, it's been a lot, so we've had to kind of delay things. And but I'm really glad, really excited to actually get this out. We'll get this to you guys, and if I missed anything, I will be sure to answer it, in the Telegram community, and we'll go forward from there. But guys, I cannot be more excited for where we are right now. We're on the cusp of everything that you've waited for, everything that we've been working towards. It's going to be a really exciting quarter, and next quarter as well. And I think it's just going to kind of snowball from there. We got a lot to look forward to. Guys, thank you so much for your patience. The long ride that you've endured. I could not be more thankful for you guys. I mean, you are awesome. We have the best community in cryptocurrency. I love it. We're fighting for you guys. We love you guys. And we're going to keep fighting for you, and we are going to win. I promise you that we will not let you down. It's going to be exciting. We'll definitely be celebrating together here soon. But guys, thank you so much for listening, and I'll be on here on the next AMA. Thanks.